go to our next keynote, and thank you very much for your perspective and what you have for to us tonight.
A pleasure.
Yeah. So next speaker, and the last one, I'm very pleased to welcome Rajesh Nair. Please welcome on stage with me, Rajesh. You are Head of Portfolio on Digital Health at Post Digital Services. So please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. First thing, as you saw me do, was keep my iPad over there because that is the speech I prepared, and I decided to trash that. Okay. First of all, Blaise, thank you very much for the introduction to say, yes, we need to talk ecosystems. But today's topic is clearly about trust. So let me get the first thing out of the way. What is Post doing here? Can you tell me which is the most trusted brand in Switzerland? Swiss Post. And this has a history of 175 years where we made sure that we didn't read a letter that you sent. We made sure that any money that you sent reached the other side exactly with the same amount. We made sure that whatever needed to be done, your privacy and your security was taken care of. On the other side, we also belong to you. You own the Post. In that sense, the #1 company in Switzerland, which is indirectly and directly trusted, is the Post. Now, hopefully, I've said that to rest. Second point, what the hell is Post doing in healthcare? Well, we've been there for about 13 years. We've built the first EPD before even that was defined in Switzerland, and we still continue to be 99% of the market. Nobody knows about us, which is our success. That behind the scenes, the Post works for you. How do we see healthcare going ahead? Very, very clearly from my side, I don't have to tell you any of this. You heard this a number of times today already. All this is coming. And what do? We built the electronic health record for Switzerland. What exactly is it? Okay, first of all, let me take a step back here about the APR. How many people do you think have an APR opened in a month? We don't market it. We don't sell it too heavily. We have over sometimes 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people opening an EPR at will. We get hundreds of thousands of documents flowing into our systems on a monthly basis. All this without marketing. But to understand why is it that not everybody has an APR, you should understand Swiss law. We have some of the best laws in the world. This law has been written around the patient. It was said that you have to opt in. That's a very important point. Second, the hurdle has been raised so high to make sure you are you. And that is a very important point. I cannot go in and open an APR and say I'm Mickey Mouse. In multiple applications, you can do that. And that is the biggest flaw of these applications. Right? If a person is lying on an emergency bed, the doctor needs to know that the data in the APR can be trusted. And by the way, this APR belongs to this person. So sorry, this is not a game. You're here dealing with life and death. So sorry, we should take this seriously. Now, of course, all of us can take it seriously. All of us can start making these platforms because everybody wants to own this data. Go ahead, be my guest. We did it for 15 years. I know how many three-figure billions we've spent. Be my guest to all the startups, right? On the other side, does a country like us require so many applications? Or is this part of our fundamental data infrastructure of a country? We talk about being leaders in innovation, but we buy our data from the US and from Israel. Come on, you must be kidding. We talk about privacy and then go ahead and put all our stuff on Facebook. Very nice. This is where we need to rethink this. And here, each and every one of you have a role to play. I told you I threw my speech off. And let's get back again to understand, why is this so difficult? Why did this option turn up while doctors can decide whether to connect or not to the APD? Because politically we were afraid of a referendum. We were scared that the doctors would go and create a referendum and stop the APD. So then came this double Freiwilligkeit. Fair enough, a political step to make it happen. But now everybody says we need it. Then we need to move. If you look at this layer, just this healthcare professional index, you need to know if a doctor is a doctor or not. Does every single startup have to create this database? It's a waste of money. We have it, it's available. Use it. If you start going up the value, you start to see the number of use cases coming in. We already have an app which works. I told you we have documents. This is a very interesting thing. I heard that people would like to call it a Friedhof of PDF. I asked a doctor, why did you insist that the PDF should be there? They said, I need to make sure that the data is trustworthy. I need to see the signature of another health professional before I take action on a patient based on that data. So maybe the people who say it's a PDF Friedhof haven't understood the basics of medicine. And this is what you all as practitioners need to think about, to say, why is it so difficult to build a trustable infrastructure in a country like ours? And that is what we have managed so far. And that is where it goes up, all these layers. We are aware, and by the way, it is FHIR compliant. It is certified. It is certified every year. It costs a bomb to maintain. And it is a pain to enroll, right? But for good reason. One person, when I was in the I have to say this in German, otherwise it won't work. So if it's okay. So, okay, I try to make it in English. So I was standing, and then one person came to me and said, you're the head of this division? I looked around, looked like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, it's me. I said, are you sure my wife, and she's like 3 meters away, cannot see my APR? So he's here to open an APD. So, yeah. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Unless you give her rights, she can't see it. Okay, it's good. Okay, I open it now. I said, and you know, I have cancer. She doesn't know. This is privacy. This is what human beings are about. This is what we are talking about. What I took as a joke was his love for his wife, and he didn't want her to know his condition. And he came to open an APR because he didn't want these documents being visible around the house. And this is what I talk about. This is not a game. This is national infrastructure we need to build. And we are there. It's growing. Yes, we are waiting for now the new law, which will come eventually in 2030. We in Switzerland love to write concepts. And now we have a lot of consulting companies who are happy writing concepts, right? That hurts me personally because I left consulting to come to Post. And coming back, So what do I want to tell you? Very simple. We have everything. We have all that we need. We have the standardization, we have the interoperability. By the way, I think it's 1,300 hospitals are already fully integrated with the EPD. Not fully, sorry, wrong. Integrated with the EPD. Data quality and completeness, only clear data comes in, which is signed by a health professional, and it should be like that. Data volume is huge. Clinical workflow integration is happening in some of the key hospitals which we work with. But what we need is on the right side. We need from each of you to come to this shared vision for Switzerland, not for your own businesses, for my grandchildren. That's why I'm here. We need from you leadership. Next time your IT guys come to you and say, we want to develop this, ask them the question, don't you get this from the APD? Why on earth are we throwing this money out of the window? Well, the answer I've heard is because we have too much. Okay? We need a common path. Forget the government. They are not going to give you anything. Forget the politicians. They're not going to get you anything. If something's got to be done, we have to do it. Right? And let's be clear. Sometimes the actions we take are a bit hard. That's because that's the only way forward. But it's up to us. Fourth, willingness. Yeah, we can talk about it. We can wait till 2040, or we can do something about it now. I would say we are 30 years behind. I think it's a good time to catch up. And yes, we need the financial resources. Yes, we have a couple of companies which are investing heavily. We are trying to find a business model that works. But for the startups, don't invest unnecessarily in stuff which you can get for free. Try to add value. Thank you.
What an impressive keynote. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So great to have you. Right now,